Dear all, good evening. First of all, thanks a lot for all the kind words about me. I am delighted to be the part of this prestigious convocation virtual ceremony and thank the Institute for inviting me as the chief guest. It is my pleasure to share the virtual dais with nominee of the Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Jain Gandhi, Vice Chancellor, SVKM's NMIMS, Dr. Ramesh Bhatt, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Sharad Mahiskar, Dean Dr. Bala Prabhakar, Registrar Dr. Meena Chintameneni, Director SVKM's Pharma Institutions Dr. R.S. Gaur, and members of Executive and Management Committee of SVKM, directors, deans, and associate deans of the schools, faculty, colleagues, and staff members. Last but not the least, thanks to Rachna for managing all the operations with regards to the event. My special congratulations to all the students and proud parents. My sincere guidance to all the graduating students today is that always be thankful to your great institute, your professor and mentors who have imbibed desired skills and developed necessary capabilities in you, thus making you industry ready. I have personally not interacted with you, but the feedback that I have got from Rachna is that each one of you is a star and have the potential to be the best brains in this country. Few weeks back, when the Institute invited me for this convocation ceremony, I really pondered a lot and thought, what should be my advice to these young, brilliant minds? I am aware of the fact that in these 15 to 20 minutes of speech, I can't alter or even distantly touch your lives. I am also aware of the fact that in the last few years, there must be many speakers who must have come and spoken to you, and I am sure you must not be remembering what they mentioned, or in some cases, even won't be able to recollect their names. I may suffer the same fate, but I am an optimistic, and I believe that I must convey few important messages on this important day of your life when you are ready to join the business world. So I jotted down some interesting points which have helped me in my career, and that would be my message to you today. Next few minutes, what I intend to share with you are my learnings from 3 decades of rich experience in the Indian pharmaceutical industry. These will definitely help you in establishing yourself as you step out in the corporate world. So the first message is ingrain conviction and power of purpose in every task. Please note, as you take next steps in your career, you need to focus on each task at hand and ensure seamless execution of the same. Focus on present and always be one step ahead. Few years from now, most of you would be at the peak of their careers. Some of you would have your own startups. Some of you would be heading business vertical across various organizations. You will have to take tough decisions day in and day out. And so you must have conviction in whatever you do. Talking about conviction, I remember I was in the second year of graduation and was very happy-go-lucky person. It was that time when we had the final practical and theory exams of chemistry and physics. My mother was the principal of the high school, and luckily, my college chemistry professor was known to my mother. So I asked my mother to come along and talk to my chemistry teacher to try and give me good grades in the practical exam, which used to be 20% of the total score in the subject. So my mother, being mother, she came along with me and spoke to this professor of mine. My professor was very respectful of my mother, and he assured that he will look into the same. As we were about to leave, he said, "Ma'am, please ask your son whether he will be able to pass the theory exam, which accounted for 80% of the score." As I said, I was very happy-go-lucky and not so studious person, so the professor had his own doubts. My mother looked at me, and I remember that look of my mother, which said everything. That look was the turning point in my life, as I decided that whatever may happen now, I will not only pass the exam, but also figure among top 3 in this chemistry subject. So from that day onwards, I had only one objective: to prove myself. I studied very hard, and I was fully convinced that God has given me enough intelligence, and if I work hard, I can really perform very well. The second year results were declared, and given my hard work and conviction, I was in the top 3 even in my final year. So the message is that if you decide and are convinced about any idea or a thought, then you must work hard, chase them, and I am sure you will be very successful. When you are stepping in your professional life, you will meet people who will encourage you, and you will also meet people who will discourage you. But don't give up your ideas or thoughts if you're fully convinced. Go ahead, work hard, and be successful. The second message from my side is chase career, not money. This is going to be an important advice, especially to all of you who are in their young budding age. Nowadays, whenever I interview candidates and I look at their resume, I find them frequently switching their jobs. And when I ask them why so many switches, the usual answer is for growth. But when I further try to understand what they mean by growth, it is generally related to monetary growth and not the actual career growth. Now, based on my own experience, here is my advice to all of you. Never ever chase money too much. Always chase career growth. Because if you are chasing money, you may get some good salary hikes as you switch, but you will not be able to grow strongly in your career. But if you focus on chasing career growth, then trust me, monetary growth will be an outcome of it. In my career, I was very clear I will switch if and only if I am not able to fulfill my realistic goals in that particular organization. Today, if you look at my career, spanning 31 years, I have worked only for 3 organizations, and I believe I have grown very well in my career. So don't only think what organizations can give you. Think how you can contribute to the organization you work for. Once you start thinking on those lines, you will be very successful in your professional career in any organization and in any role. So in a nutshell, chase vitamin C, not vitamin M, because even in alphabetical order, C comes before M and M will always follow C. The third message which I want to give you is that emotional quotient is mightier than intelligent quotient. Right from our schooling days, we have always been taught to be good at studies, and so we generally focus on our IQ. We develop strong acumen in our subjects, become extremely good with numbers and formulae, and ensure we gain all the required knowledge across our scholastic journey. But as you move from college to an organization, you move from individual performance to team performance to business performance. It is extremely important for you to perform as an individual, but it is equally important for you to connect with your team and subordinates and ensure they also perform and grow with you. That's where your EQ starts becoming more important than your IQ. As a leader, your success is directly connected with your team's success. You need to empathize with your team, leverage their strengths, and work on their weaknesses to enhance their career. You need to strike the right chord with your team, establish a strong communication channel where they can transparently talk to you, work on your team dynamics by resolving any conflicts, and promote meritocracy by rewarding the performers. You need to ensure they become your pillars and provide you the strength to take on more responsibilities and grow. I remember during my tenure at Lupin, we had faced a situation where an exit of senior executive led to the exodus of number of Lupin's field employees. We had bulk resignations across multiple business units, and we had to act immediately to ensure business continuity. I remember me, my HR team, and the respective division heads, we sat over the weekend, looked at all the performers within the existing hierarchy, and in a night, we completely filled up all the senior level position by promoting the performers, and within next 3 weeks, filled all the low level positions too. This was only possible because of a strong connect with the team which we had developed over the years by meeting them regularly. I have this habit of meeting people individually whenever I go on field visit. Objective of such meetings is to know them better, understand their roadblocks if any, and address them so that they can perform better. For any leader, it is important to take genuine interest in their people and facilitate their performance to build strong teams. So as a leader, it is very important to have strong EQ connect with people so that you can emerge victorious no matter what challenges you face. So my dear students, as you enter the corporate life, ensure you enjoy a strong connect with your team so that you can develop a cohesive and conducive working environment. This will enhance your EQ and make it your strength. The fourth message which I want to give you is that be always resilient. You all know it is easier to swim in the direction of the waves, but a true leader is the one who can gather his own courage, be patient, and swim against the tides when the situation arises. In today's world of uncertainty, you never know when the tides can turn against you. The way COVID-19 shocked the world, no one would have ever Imagine the impact of a virus stalling the global economy. Catastrophic events like this will occur more frequently but with little or less predictability. They will unfold faster, destroying all those who are not ready to adapt to the change. And so, one of the most important capabilities which you must build is resilience. Resilience is a very rare quality as it defies the human nature. We are not designed to manage extreme adversities with a thoughtful, calm mind. When the going gets tough, decision making gets tougher and you tend to make more mistakes. Resilience enables you to adapt to the situation, tap the strength within, and bounce back when the things don't go as per the plan. Now, to build resilience, you must be connected with ground level activities through your strong team connection, continuously monitor parameters impacting the business, have a flexible business model which can be molded as per the situation, and finally, have a strong decision making ability with established channels to drive the change across the hierarchies. Talking about resilience, it reminds me of the time when I started my second innings with Ranbaxy in January 2013. You all must be aware that Ranbaxy had a case pending with the US FDA. Eventually, Ranbaxy decided to settle the case with Department of Justice by paying a hefty penalty of $500 million, which was a huge sum for any Indian company. Once that settlement was done, Ranbaxy was the talk of the town. The company got bad publicity where it was accused of manufacturing adulterated drugs and selling them across the world. There was a major uproar in India and everyone got an impression that Ranbaxy made spurious drugs as it was charged for manufacturing adulterated drugs. But the fact was, under US FDA guidelines, adulterated meant a company manufacturing drugs without adhering to the GMP practice and had nothing to do with the spurious drugs. In India, being the head of the business, I got a lot of queries from the regulators, hospital, and even the doctors. Hospitals stopped buying our medicine, doctors stopped prescribing them, which negatively impacted the morale of entire field force. And now when I recollect, I remember everything that we did to deal with the situation. First and foremost, the objective for us was to build confidence within our team members and the doctor community. We made a strong cross-functional team which had representatives from business, medical, regulatory, QA, and legal. This CFT, cross-functional team, physically visited all the major hospitals, met the HODs of the hospitals, and systematically conveyed how Ranbaxy drugs offered highest quality. We conducted leadership talk series with the teams to build confidence, where we frequently connected with them both virtually and physically. Entire India team was so resilient that our continuous communication enabled us to restore the confidence within the doctor community. And I remember it was 2014 and all the hard work and perseverance paid off as it was one of the best performing years for Ranbaxy India business. Remember, you are entering the corporate world when it is already going through a lot of turmoil and uncertainty. You will have to stand tall and be the backbone of your organization in any tough situation. And this is possible only if you can showcase the quality of resilience. Last but not the least, message which I want to convey to you, have a learning mindset. Investment in yourself is the biggest key to success. Normally, we look upon organization to build our capabilities and develop us on our improvement areas. Remember one thing, no one has more interest in you except you yourself. Organizations will impart trainings and build your capabilities, but you are the one who has to take the charge of self-development and learn from all the relevant sources, whether it is doing advanced courses or learning new skills. Those who take their own development in their own hands will always be more successful as compared to the ones who are dependent upon others. Let me tell you a simple thing which I have practiced in my career. While performing a particular job, you must set your eyes on what are the capabilities required to reach the next level in your career, and then keep on learning those skills apart from excelling in your present job. This will ensure that when the time comes for taking additional or higher responsibilities, you are already prepared for the same. So keep learning new things. And remember, learning should not be only through theory, but also through listening or observing the stalwarts in your area of expertise. Billionaire investor Warren Buffett famously said, "There is one investment that supersedes all others. Invest in yourself." Nobody can take away what you have got in yourself, and everybody has potential they haven't used yet. With this, I sign off. I wish you all the very best for your future endeavors. Keep learning, keep growing. God bless you all. Thank you.